Hey guys, thanks for clicking on my video. Today I'm just going to be playing in makeup. I haven't done a tutorial in a while. I haven't actually sat down and talked in a while. That's more level. I think this will just be a chit chat and I'll kind of talk you through some new things that I'm trying out. But for the most part, there's a lot of new stuff. There's a couple old stuff, but I'm going to tell you which is which. I've already moisturized my face, so there is some lotion on here. There's the Release moisturizer. This is the primer that one of you guys actually recommended for me. It's called Flawless and Poreless Primer by PIXI. And you guys were like, oh, they have a sample size. And you know how long it took for that sample size to even pop up? It was sold out everywhere. So I'm really excited to try this out. It looks like, is that too much? We'll see. Oh! Whoa! Did I put way too much? I'm using this like a primer lotion, but is that way too much? It feels like a sunscreen. That's what it looks like. It looks like a sunscreen. So in case you guys didn't know, it was my birthday, January 13th. It was me and my twin sister's birthday, and we celebrated in New Orleans with our fiancé husband. And it was so much fun. Me and my husband actually went to Nashville a couple of days before we did a road trip, and we met up in New Orleans on the weekend, and it was so much fun. That was a really cool birthday. We had never done that before, so that was pretty cool. Wow, this is a very illuminating primer. Very interesting. Alright, for my foundation, I'm going to use the foundation I was using a ton while I was away. I'm using the Sephora sticks. This is number 10 and number 8. I like to mix them together because I find that the colors combined are actually closer to my entire face than just the 8 by itself. Like this one looks like it should be my color, but when you actually see it all over, it doesn't really look it. We had amazing fried chicken, amazing ribs. Ribs are like one of my favorite things to eat. Oh. And I got sick on the way back, so I'm like getting over this cold, and it's taking me a while to bounce back and film again because of the cold. So that's not fun. But we went to this really cool place. It's called Preservations. I'm going to have a vlog up soon. But Preservation was amazing. It was very old-timey, kind of like an old, almost, it looked like an old church to me, actually. And there was a live jazz band, and the jazz band, they were just so interesting. It was cool because like you couldn't film or take pictures. They're like, listen, you're here, be here with us. And I love that. And then of course there were some annoying ass people from New York that were being really rowdy. Not that they were annoying because they were from New York, but they just happened to be extra rowdy because they thought that they were the only ones who've ever been from there. This doesn't do anything specific or unique to my pores, so we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, for my eyes, I'm just going to use this Wet n Wild pen. This one is in the highlighting pen, a medium. This fucking dog. A happy medium is what this is called. I already put mascara on earlier, so I had a whole face on earlier today, so I wasn't able to take it off. But I am going to show some new lashes that I found. Alright, I'm going to take this palette, which I haven't used since I got it. This is the Nicka K New York eyeshadow palette. It's their 23 matte colors. And I thought I would play with this one because there were some good warm colors in here. So I'm going to take this guy first. It's like kind of my obvious choice. I was looking at a lot of tutorials about Wet n Wild and their new eyeshadow palettes, and they look really good, and they were just reminding me of these palettes that I haven't touched in a while. I don't really have a need to buy another eyeshadow palette. In fact, I think the one that I got from Sephora, I liked it a lot. I used it a couple times, but I think I'm gonna end up returning it just because I have every palette I ever need, because I've already bought all the eyeshadows I need. You can only buy so many browns, you know, and so many textures. But anyways, that eyeshadow palette from Wet n Wild was kind of like sparking a little bit of curiosity in me, so I was like, you know what, let me just shop in my own collection and play with the stuff that I already have. And this palette reminded me of a little bit of it. Super inexpensive. I'm going to try this color here, just to kind of create more of a tint in there. I'm going to go with this red right here. It's not as pigmented on the brush as it is like in the actual, palette. I've been watching the Versace American Crime Story, the, what is it called, the assassination of Gianni Versace, and I just watched one episode. And it's so good already. Oh my gosh, it's like, it's so sad. But like Donatella, it's so BA how quickly she was able to kind of bounce back from, you know, such a sad thing that happened to her family to just dealing with it and dealing with the business side of her brand, her and her family's brand. That made me really sad. I'm gonna grab some of this eyeshadow, this one right here, just to kind of zhuzh up the brow bone, kind of clean it up a little bit. It's always a good way to clean out a brow bone, is just to add a little bit more of a lighter color in there, and it'll kind of help transition those colors easier. Alright, I'm going to take this Maybelline Master Chrome. This guy is amazing. This is the number 50 in rose gold. I actually lost my other one, the gold one, and then I saw the rose gold one in store, so I got both. But I wanted to use this on the lids. Because it gives a really pretty shine. Just gonna kick off a little bit of the edge. I'm so sorry if you can hear that dog the whole time. That's not fun. So pretty. Love that. Alright, I'm going to put some eyeliner on. This is the Epic Ink liner from NYX. This one's really, really great. I love it. I just wish it was matte, but honestly, almost like always, I don't notice the finish of it when I put it on because it's just so black. It's so good. My skin's looking really dewy. And I've been wearing this foundation like a ton this month, so I'm kind of wondering if it's the primer. Alright, the liner's on. That's pretty. I might have to touch up a little bit with the liner. Hold on. Alright, I'm going to do my brows. I'm using the Ash Brown in the NYX pencil. This is actually their newer one. This is their Precision Brow Pencil. It's very, very similar to the small one. It's just a little bit more of a thicker applicator. So the reason I like it is because you're able to kind of get like a quicker swipe as opposed to being like more precise with the other smaller one. So you're able to kind of cover more ground quicker. And this is more of a newer product to me too. But I've been using it a ton. Ah, these brows are no joke. Why is this so oily? Alright, let me put some concealer on because this is kind of driving me nuts. For my concealer, I think I want to use the L'Oreal True Match. This is W4 to 5. I'm like still hooked on this concealer. I like always go back to it. I stop using it and then I always need to repurchase it because it's just such a good like everyday concealer. I actually really love it to touch up a look because it has that little brush wand. Alright, I'm going to use my Patrick Star Powder. This is from MAC, and I've been using this a ton. And I'm going to have to set my entire face. You know what? I'm like so shocked right now about how dry, or how oily my skin is looking, because it's been looking so dry the past 2 weeks, but I think I'm like finally healthy again. So that's probably why it's looking a little bit dewier than normal, but it's confusing. I'm not used to it. So then what I like to do is I like to set around the areas where I'm going to bronze, and I want it to go smoothly, so that's why I set all these areas with powder and I push it down. I put on these lashes. So these are brand new. I saw them in store and I was like, whoa, those look pretty, and I'm surprised because I usually walk right past the e.l.f. section because I always look at it and I never really find anything new that I'm excited about trying. Except these looked cool. So these are the lashes from e.l.f. They're the Luxe Lash Kit with, this one's in the style Winged and Polished. Hold on, let me fix these so you can see them. It's kind of hard to tell. They actually remind me a lot of the Ardell Faux Mink, the shape of these two. They're very light, and when I walked up to them, I was like, okay, I noticed the dark band, which is fairly thin still. But I noticed dark band and I was like, oh no, I don't like these, are just the same old, but I noticed they weren't shiny looking. So I'm gonna throw these on in a second and then I'll be right back. Alright, the lashes are on and I have to say these are really, really pretty. Unfortunately right now with a wing eyeliner you can't really see just how feathery they actually look, but they look really good. I did add a little bit of mascara on the tops just to kind of mesh them better with my already mascaraed eyelashes, but they are looking really good. It's kind of exciting. And I mean, they're not super cheap either, I have to say. I was kind of like, that's how much they were. The price wasn't on the packaging, but they are $4. So it's not crazy, it's not bad, but it's not like amazing, but they do look really pretty. I think they're worth it. Alright, let's move on to some more of the face. So for my bronzer, I'm using this MAC. It's an old collection, and they had these on sale on their Goodbye section. It's called Delicates. So I'm going to use some of this as my bronzer. And I really like this because it's super, it's like a good, like almost transition color for bronzer. It doesn't deposit too much color at a time. I'm kind of thinking I should have gotten 2 of these. I'm going to put a little bit on my nose. My dog's just looking at me so creepily right now. It's almost dinner time. It's not quite dinner time. Alright, that looks good. And then for my blush, I'm going to use the blush that I always use, honestly. This is the Milani Rose, Romantic Rose blush. If I'm not using this, I'm literally using MAC Peaches. I'm going to give my brows a little bit of a brush through. So this is called Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. It's by Maybelline and it's a very interesting applicator. So it's like flat on one side, but on the other side it has little fine teeth. So I actually think this is a really cool product. It's very similar to like a brow gel. However, it does have a little bit of fibers going through them. And I was wearing this a lot on my vacation road trip, and I just literally threw this in the brows and that's it. And I felt like out of all the brow gels I've ever used and like put through my brows, this is the one that actually shows like your brows look better as opposed to just like crispier and more sparse when you brush them. Like it does something to them, and I really like the way they look. They're a little dark, but when you're wearing nothing, it does look really great, especially when there's no product underneath the the brows. So I've been loving this a lot. I got the color deep brown. I did originally get the color medium brown, and it was just, it looked like it was just too light because it had like a weird gray brow tinge to it, and I didn't like that. I think I'm just gonna leave the eyes. I'm not gonna put anything on my lower eyes. I'm just gonna do another little coat of mascara. Alright, now I'm gonna use some of this highlighter. Now, when I first got this highlighter, I was like, oh, that's cute. It'll be fun just to play around with every once in a while. But actually, I've been using it a lot. It's a very wearable color. How pretty that is. It's very wearable. It kind of reminds me of the highlighter that I got from MAC. That's called Show Gold from MAC. It's very similar to it. I mean, it doesn't have that much of an iridescent, but Show Gold is a little bit more gold. But this one has like more of a pink like tone to it. It's icy. Oh, I just love the way it looks. Oh, I should have done my brows after. Damn it, I always do that. I'm so sorry about that, effing dog. Alright, I'm gonna grab some more of that and put it on the inner corner so it's more beaming in there. Unfortunately, I ruined my brows, so let me go back. That's better. Alright, now that my face is done, I'm actually going to spray my face with this spray called Model in a Bottle. I feel like it was crazy big all over YouTube forever ago, and for some reason, probably the spritzer, it just died away. So anyways, I have one that I purchased forever ago, and I never used it, and I thought it would be a good idea to just repackage it. So I put it in a new, or in an older Fix Plus, and it has a better spray, so I'm going to use that. And it has an interesting smell. It's very minty. But it also, almost like lavender actually, but it also has, oh, it does smell like lavender, that's what it is, but it also has like a sticky property to it, and it does not feel good when you have no eyeshadow on, so definitely have a full eyeshadow look when you're wearing that Model in a Bottle, but it does give like a pretty effect afterwards, so I just thought I'd wear it because I never ever played with it. Alright, now I'm using this lipstick. This is the Full Throttle by NYX, and this is in the color Up the Base. If you guys have never used these Full Throttle lipsticks, they're amazing. They kind of have like a top like this, and with a color that's true to color, and they last forever. They apply like a lipstick, but they dry like a liquid lipstick. So if you're wanting a liquid lipstick, but maybe you don't love the formulas, try the Full Throttles. There's not a ton of colors, but the colors they do have, I think that they're really good. So I'm gonna put this on my lips. Oh, it makes your teeth look super white too. Alright, I'm gonna spray my face with the Milani Make It Last because I feel like that's just a little bit dewier, because the other one's more like a film. This kind of gives you more of a dewy finish. So if you ever find that like that spray made you too dewy, or there's certain areas that you didn't like the way it's dewy, obviously you can cover up parts of the face, but I find that very cumbersome and damn near impossible. So what I just do, you can always just powder down your face a little bit afterwards. So I take my powder and I target it in the areas that I don't want it to look oily. And then it feels better. And then I'm going to take my spiked pencil. I think it's spiked. Either it's spiked or it's stud. I can't remember now. No, this is spiked. Brow pencil by MAC. And I'm going to fill in my little beauty mark. And fill her in too. Alright, so let me give you guys a little rundown of some of the newer products that I was trying out, because I did have some newer ones and I kind of wanted just to give you what was worth a purchase and what maybe you can skip. This primer, I have to kind of wait it out and see kind of how it plays with other foundations. This is the one from PIXI that I tried out, and so far it's okay. It reminds me a lot of a sunscreen, and it applied very similar to one. So I'm going to first play around and see how it works with other ones, but so far it's just okay. My pores are good, but I think that has a lot to do with how much I push in powders into those areas, because I do that with every foundation. So it's not really anything unique per se, but this was $9, so let's see if it really is worth the $9 for this teeny tiny little baby sample size. These lashes are pretty great. I like them. The band is just a little bit like too it's not stiff. You could definitely manipulate it and it's pretty comfortable, but the band just looks like you can see it. So I'm on the fence about the lashes too. They look really beautiful. I think e.l.f. did a really great job of creating a lash that doesn't look so cheap like their old ones. However, I think that it's better to wear with an eye look that's a little bit less dramatic, or maybe even less linery, because right now it's getting disguised a little bit too much because of my thick eyeliner that I put on. So it's not a really huge thick liner, but it just shows it and you can't really see the lashes that well. But this is a pretty lash. It's very much similar to those to the Faux Mink Ardell lashes that I love so much, the 811s. They're very similar shape to those. It's just a little bit lighter and softer. Alright, one of the other products that I tried out new was this one. This is amazing. I've only had it for like a week and a half, but it's already kind of like gotten some wear out of there. Do you see how much like use I've used? I've been using this one more than the gold one. So if you haven't seen this one in stores, hopefully you guys can check it out, because they are in stores as of like this month. I love this. The Model in a Bottle spray, I know that's a super old product, but it's kind of new to me because I never got to wear it again. That spritzer just ruined it for me, but it's kind of nice to just play with it again, and so far I think it's pretty good. I'm going to try it some more. Hopefully I give you guys some like updates about those setting sprays, but I do like the way it sits on to kind of create a more shiny look, and also to kind of enhance that shimmer that you applied on the cheeks. That's a really pretty one. But I do love, love, love this applicator. Just Fix Plus like nozzles, the way they did it is just the right way to do it. And so I'm gonna keep using it. It smells amazing though. It smells like lavender, and I did not know that it smelled like that. And the last item that is fairly new to me in terms of the color, but I've been using these like crazy. It's their Full Throttle lipstick. These are amazing. If you have not tried them, please try them out. One of my favorites is this guy. It's the nude one in the color Kiss the Dust. It's like one of my favorite nudes. It's like my ultimate nude. I love it so much. And then the other one that I use a ton that I was loving this week was the color Con Artist. I used this in a video, I think, or maybe I used it on Instagram. I don't know. I'll post my Instagram on here just so you guys can check it out. But yeah, those are my favorite too. And then just kind of circling back to this eyeshadow palette. It's great. I love it. And I'm going to keep playing with it. My eye looks pretty cool. And it's fun. It's different. And I'm going to keep it in my little collection so far. Alright, that's it for me, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and trying out those products with me. Some of these are revisits, but again, some of them were new and I wanted to test them out with you guys in front of the camera and let you guys know what I thought about them. If you have any questions for me, leave those in the comments below. I always answer those for you guys. And if you have any recommendations, let me know in the comments as well. As you guys know, I do go out and buy those recommendations, so let me know if you do have something that you swear by you really think that I would love. Alright guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!